videos on modifications I made to the Ridetech suspension on a Chevy OBS. This is a 93 with the 10 bolt rear end in it. So anyways, these coil mount brackets that are here, I wanted to get the truck a little higher. It was too low for where I live, the way they sent it. So what I did is I drilled, there's like two half-inch holes already there, and a third that's like 3/8. So I drilled out the 3/8 and then drilled the extra hole up higher. So there's two bolts, 2 half-inch, and then move the shock mount up an inch. So that gave me more adjustment here for height. So right now I'm sitting at about 15 inches from here to here on the shock. So they want 14 and a half, 15. It's close enough. And then what I did is I took the Delron bushings out of the and the mount off the rear end cover, and I built a truss that goes across the cast iron pumpkin, and it does a couple things. It helps hold my axle tubes in, keeps them from twisting, number one, and number two, I could put mounts in for the wishbone in the truss. And I wanted to move the rear end over a half an inch to get better clearance and to get it under the truck a little more centered than what the wishbone had it, the Ridetech wishbone. So that's what I did there. So I put R-joints in. Instead of using half-inch R-joints, I used 3/4 inch R-joints, and cut the Delron mounts off, welded in a bung for the R-joints, and used 3/4 inch R-joints. So that's what I did there, and that solved the problem, and I don't have nothing mounted to the differential cover anymore. So to raise the front up an inch, I made a bracket right here that goes on the strong arm. It's right here. You can see it there. And I utilized 2 factory holes that were in the strong arm, bolted it in, and then made a bracket that came up an inch, and then moved the connection point up 1 inch, which gives me more room on the shock to make adjustments. So moving that up an inch, I had to lower the shock down a half an inch, which got me into that 14 and a half inch range. So now these are 3-way adjustable Ridetech TQ shocks. So that bracket is fairly simple. I made 2 and a couple spacers, and then there's some bolts, well, 3-4 spacers I guess, and then some longer bolts, and just so that if I ever want to take it back down, you know, if I accidentally move into a city where I could have it lower and not worry about not having any ground clearance. I mean, I was barely get a jack under this thing with the way Ridetech had it. You know, I don't know, what is it, a 5/8 drop, 6/9, something like that, and I was more wanting a 5/6 or a drop or something like that, 4 or 6 drop, you know, somewhere in there rather than that one. But I was out of room. It was either buy longer springs and take a chance there, or just make some new mounting brackets, which, you know, I had the steel, and there's probably like $5 worth of steel in there and another $5 of bolts. Well, today, with all the tariffs, there's probably $25 in steel, and, you know, I own the bolts already, and probably the bolts are another $30 today, but who knows. Alright, thanks for watching.